Hey there, this is Neil Napier, and in this video I'm going to give a quick demo of WP Profit Triggers. Now do understand that this is only for affiliates, which means that when the real plugin does come out, it's going to look a little bit different, it's going to have some changes, and it's going to function a bit differently as well. But I'll show you the core concept of the plugin, I'll show you what it does, so you can write about it in emails or blogs or whatever you want to do. So when you first get into Profit Triggers, you can see some reports here about how much traffic you're getting every day, how many visitors are unique, how many have bounced, as well as in trigger statistics, which again I'll explain soon exactly how that works. You also have analytics, which is reserved for the pro version of the software. If you need any training, it will be available within this section. So within the plugin, you can watch all the training and you can implement it. Then there are also some settings. So if you wanted to change your password and so on, you can do that here. And finally, a link to support desk. But the core thing is triggers. So let's go to that. Now, this plugin, this software is based on the premise that not every user that visits your site is the same. They come from different places, they have different buyer behavior, and they take different actions on your site. So putting them all into one box would be defeating the purpose. So for lack of a better term, this is what segmenting is. We put people in different lists so that we're able to capture their leads or get them to buy something from us faster and in a more efficient way. This is exactly what Profit Triggers does. Profit Triggers allows you to pick criteria based on which you want to segment users and then initiate an action based on that criteria. So in triggers, there are two fields. There's actions and triggers. We'll first go into actions and set up an action. An action is something that will happen when people meet a certain criteria. So let's call this, let's say if you want to target someone, if you want to capture someone's email address based on the country they come from, as well as the number of times they've visited the page, or rather, let's say if they scroll through 25% of the page, I think that's pretty good. So let's call this pop-up 25% scroll, just to have something there. Description, just something to help you. Let's go for pop-up. In this case, we have integrated with Lead Monster, and we'll be giving away free access to Lead Monster as well, which is pop-up builder software with a lot more functions. It previously sold for $37 on the front end, and we're giving away that for absolutely free to anyone who gets access to Profit Triggers. So let's pick up this one. Okay, and let's activate this. So this action is now activated, and whenever someone goes to the page, if you've set up the trigger, they will see that pop-up. So let's go to this trigger page. I'm going to delete another one which I had set up before because I think it might interfere. That's kind of important as well. If it does interfere, anything that came in first will be pushed forward, any trigger that was made first. So let's call this pop-up 25% on scroll. Country plus, just to remember. So this would be the home URL. I'm just going to grab this one. There we go. Description not necessary at the moment, it is active, and I'm just going to pick this one. So again, our conditions were that the country, let's say, is in this case Finland, because that's where I'm based right now, and then we'll select the page scroll amount is, let's say, higher than 25%. And then, as I mentioned, the final thing that we can do is number of visits. Let's go for number of visits is equal to 2 in this case, right? Done. Now this could also be and an or condition, which means that if I select or here, even if the number of visits criteria is met, the trigger is going to trigger. So that's important. All right. So let's create this trigger. And there we go, country plus pop-up 25% on scroll. That's done. Now I'm going to open up this in incognito window and show you what this looks like. Right, so we're on this page now. We're in the window. We're going to this page. This is the first time that the page loads. Again, there might be different triggers set up already, but in this case, as you can see, nothing happens. I'm just going to open it again one more time. So when I do that, let's see what happens now. There we go. As soon as we hit 25%, you'll see a pop-up. Now again, the pop-up could have been better. I could have done a better job with that, but you can see that now we can collect leads, segmented leads, based on people's behavior, which is very, very powerful. And let's go back out again and refresh. See, nothing happens this time because no condition is set for this page. So this is how easy it is to set up these actions and triggers. And there are more actions as well. So if I go into create, I'll show you this quickly. You can set up redirect. So if you know that some page is converting well, let's say people come to a page, they don't read much, but then they buy it anyway, you can force them to go to a particular page. Okay, so you can do that, and then you can also do retargeting, which is something also that Connect retarget did, and I know that's all for $197. But in this case, you just have to add your retargeting pixel here, and for that particular trigger, it will collect the retargeting list for you. So if you think about it, let's say if you wanted to segment your users based on how much of your site they're reading, you can put them in different retargeting lists. Someone who reads 25% of your page, put them in a different one, 50% different one, 75% different one, 100% different retargeting list. And now you can market to them differently. This is what Profit Triggers does, and trust me, it is a very, very powerful application. Again, I'll do a more thorough demo of this with some real data for you, which will also go on the sales page. But this is just for you to have a look at now.